Evening, everybody. Sunday afternoon slash evening for some people. August 8th, 2021, in the middle of summer, right? I think it is.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking at my little weather thing down here. It says 100 degrees and polluted air.
oh yeah, stay
What?
indoors. It's been bad here in Denver too. I think we have the worst air right now in the whole country. It's what they said anyway. So the days are getting shorter every single day. They're getting shorter by 5 minutes or something like that. So, we're running against the sun at this point. Evening, everybody. Here in the comments area, before I go through there and do shout outs and all that stuff, I'm just going to run through my week. And my week, honestly, was easy. Not much to report at all. But it is what it is. So futures are down right now. It kind of in maybe the last hour and a half or so, they kind of shot down. They were kind of open flat, and then last hour and a half or so, maybe Hot Lips got on the television or something. I don't know. CL is down. Oil's just been having a rough time, and crapto, whatever you want to call it, is kind of it's not really anything to write home about. But so I mean, just take that with a grain of salt because honestly, futures really don't matter at this time of the day until Asian markets open and European markets open and all that. Yeah. So anyway, so let me go through my week right quick here, and then we'll turn it over to Gerry. So my week was easy. Um, Honestly, I mean, it was the first week in August, so that even makes it even easier. So I took off Palantir for a loss, $55 loss. And I've talked about it, I was just going to take the stock, but it came up. So I was only down 55 bucks. I'm like, why not just, take the loss it's taken instead of taking, $5,000 worth of shares or whatever it's worth or something. So $55 loss. It came up. I was like, what, down a couple $100. So why not just take the $55 loss? And then, probably won't ever do that one again. It's going to zero. Beyond Meat, that's another piece of shit. I don't know. Gerry loves when I say that. He thinks that anything that's down or in the money is a piece of shit. That I say is a piece of shit. So, Beyond Meat. So I put that on, and I put it through earnings. After I don't know when the expiry was. It was quite a ways out. I'd have to actually go back and look, but they added a bunch of premium to it. So even though it only had it was expired this Friday, even though that it expired this Friday, it wasn't in the money. It was still down a couple $100. So that's just the premium that they put in there, and I didn't want to carry it into earnings because it's Beyond Meat and it's a science project, with 10,000 ingredients, and I'm not going to touch it. So come to find out, it dropped down to what, like 116, I think, after earnings. My strike was 115. And then I think Friday it was trading up, 116, 117. And I was fine. Just, long story short, I was fine. But I did take a $153 loss on that stock just to get out of it in front of earnings. Only had one contract, so it would have been, $11,000 though, I would have taken. And I just don't trust that stock to take it and do covered calls against it. And, in fashion, with Dave fashion, with those losses, the $200 losses that I took off some gains as well to offset that. So I took some RK off. I took some QQQ off. I took an MA off, a MasterCard off. So I offset all those losses. And so I'm up $45 for August. So it was a positive week for me, Gerry. As it sits right now, I have about $4,500 of premium baking, and I have about $2,500 in longs out there. Obviously, I do have, I have that Baba long and I have the CCL leap. Those are both leaps, by the way. But I also have a bunch of spreads on too. because I just trying that out with the Qs and stuff. So still about $4,500 baking at this time, and 19 positions, 73 contracts total, 23% buying power used at this time. So I am traveling this week, all week, so it's gonna be a light week for me. I will take stuff off. I'll be getting up just before the market opens, probably hanging out for about a half hour. If I take anything off, I take anything off, and maybe I'll even watch the laptop while I'm driving. Not really, but throughout the week I will be checking in just to see. So that's my week, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to turn it over to Gerry here. If anybody has any questions with what I've talked about or any more details, let me know. Gerry, take it away.
Yeah, my week started out with a bang, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Cleared off about $766 in realized gains. Then Friday rolled around and I had a XOP put that was definitely gonna be assigned, or I'd have to roll. Some of you know I hate the term roll, but
close one and open one.
Yeah, close one and open one. It's not. You don't roll a contract. There's no such thing. So, I took a loss a bit on that one contract. Made it up, of course. I'll explain that in a future video, but definitely, it ended up my week just shy, like 2/4 shy of $600 realized for the week. Closed out about 11 positions, but I only opened about 8. So there wasn't a whole lot of opening positions here. I think I opened up some SoFi, another TAN, another XOP, like I said, because I quote unquote rolled it. So for premium cooking, I got 20. Let's see what I got. I got about $3,500 out there cooking. Only using about 32%, 32% buying power. So it was just an easy week. There is a couple more positions this month that I may have to still manage, because I actually have 3 total XOP contracts on right now. One expiring this month, which is August 20th at 80. I think Dave's got the same one. And what else? Vizio, one of my famous small cap stocks, had earnings, didn't do extremely well. I actually meant to take that one off before earnings, but I don't know, I spaced on it and just left it on. But it's okay. I'll take it if I have to. It's probably one that I probably won't roll. So yeah, that's it. Been a nice week. Put it on a couple spreads. I'll talk about that later, but spreads are just new for. I think I talked about that last week. Spreads are, I don't know. The jury's out for me on spreads.
Well, that's because you're not having portfolio margin. So I get it. I get where you're coming from.
That's a big difference, I think.
Yeah. XOP, what a hunk of shit that is. That thing, I'll tell you what, XOP is a volatile sumbitch.
It is.
That thing, I wouldn't expect it to be that volatile, but that thing, you wake up, it'll trade down 2%, and then an hour later, it's up 2%. It's crazy. So, yeah, that thing, I'm not in the money, but it's been, since I put that thing on, it's been in and out of the money like 4 times.
Yeah.
So, and I have an 80 put on it for 2 weeks out still. So, yeah, I'm just watching it. 2 contracts. I don't know. I don't really want to take that, but it's probably okay. It's probably, I'm not worried about it. And, it is an ETF.
I think there's more premium on the call side, but I didn't want to take it. So
you had an 85 though.
Yeah. That was a little too close for comfort there, or a little too far out.
Yeah. Right now oil's down 2% as we speak, but it's been on a big sell-off. So how far can it go down? I mean, has it been going down strictly because of the Delta scare and they're actually thinking we're going to shut down again? Is that what they think? Or is it because it's delaying the reopen and in international travel and all that? Right.
I can't imagine having us another shutdown. I don't think people would comply, to be honest with you.
It would be very, it wouldn't be as accepted this most.
Exactly.
What am I trying to say, Jerry?
It won't be they won't be
Widely
it won't be
spread.
as effective as the first one was, for sure.
Right. Maybe Hot Lips said something over the weekend. I don't know. Evening, Michael. How's it going? We got Chase. We got Michael. Futures are down. Yeah, they're down a little bit. You see, you got David. What's going on, David? Awesome name, by the way. A Grateful Man. What's that? In the house. He's in the house. The Grateful Man's in the house. Mainly Maddie being toxic. Toxic masculinity, Matt, right there. Let's see here. Future's going. What is toxic masculinity anyway? What the heck is that?
Oh God! You know what it is? It's the thought that if you teach your kids to be masculine, that it increases the likelihood of violence and things like that. It's like,
are you shitting me?
No, I'm being serious. I actually looked it up because we were actually talking about this last night, and I actually looked it up, and I was like, what? So don't teach your kids to be men or masculine.
Yeah. Well, honestly, men over the years have become less manly. I mean, I don't know how else the way to put it. You know, a lot of estrogen in the food we eat too. So soys and everything, that's estrogen increasing. But yeah. Well, thanks for that definition, Mr. Webster. Future's going to zero. I don't know about that. But that's good. You know what? When do you think we'll have 100,000 on the Dow? Put your guesses down there. I'm curious. Give me a date, not like a month and day, but a year. So Matty, emotions going to zero. Yeah, you get rung. Well, you know what, Matt? It's your own fault for letting people ring you around the rosy. What do you expect? We got Jerry's better half in the house here. What's going on, Carrie? See here. Any tasty over there? Going to go pick up some chicken thighs from Wingstop.
Wait, they have chicken thighs at Wingstop?
I'm going to pick up chicken legs at Wingstop. Well, the thing is unless they actually ship in just wings, then what are they going to do with the whole chicken? You know, honestly, I don't like wings. It's too much work for a little bit of meat. You know, I want some.
If you had to have wings, are you the drumstick guy or are you the flat?
I don't like wings, period.
Oh.
Too much work. I want to get some meat in my stomach, in my belly, right? Yeah, wings, I'm just not a big fan of them. Let's see here, and I can't have any hot wings either because they'll just cause fire. But we got Gerry. What's going on, Gerry? Let's see here. I don't know what that is. Wasteless.
Was he sloss? Is that? Am I supposed to say that with an accent?
Like cilantro? Let's see here. Buffalo Wild Wings is better. I don't know. A lot of people actually like Wingstop better.
Yeah,
honestly,
Wingstop as much.
They're both terrible to me. Both places are terrible. They don't really have anything for me at either one of those places. But I'm keto too, so that kind of makes I don't know. You like skin on your chicken, Gerry?
Oh, skin is the best.
All right, there you go. You're halfway to keto.
Best.
Preach. Jomer, what's going on, Jomer? Let's see here. Find out we got Thumper in the house here. Palantir to the moon. Yeah, it's going to the moon and back to zero. I'm glad to be out of that. It's just the premium's not that good. You know, like what did I get for that thing?
I still got a 21 on that sucker. What's it at now?
Right around 21.
Oh, great.
It's
Okay, I might have about 2-3 positions to
23.
manage.
It's at 20. It's at 22.
Oh.
How the hell did I get into that damn thing? So I got 42 cents for it. And that was a 19% chance of being in the money. 42 cents. That's just not worth my time. You know?
Why'd you put it on?
I don't know. It's probably a parrot trade from Thumper. You know?
I got 60 cents for mine.
What a junky stock. Palantir's going to 0. Beyond Meat, nah, I don't know about that. Safe at 100. It's still, $16 down from where my strike was, Matt. What my issue with it is just look at the ingredients on it. Look, it's like 40 ingredients. It's a science project. How else can you explain it, There's nothing, it's 100% processed. 100%. How can you tell me that a piece of meat from a grass-fed cow, grain-finished maybe, if you want to go that way, no antibiotics, no hormones, nothing like that, how can you tell me that is better? How can you tell me that Beyond Meat is better than that grass-fed meat that's got no hormones, no antibiotics?
You got to save the planet, Dave.
That's about as organic as you can eat, Anyways, I like the concept, right? But it's not. Yeah, I think that's the biggest push for. That's always the biggest push for it.
We got to reduce cow population.
Yeah, those damn cow farts. I might put one on tomorrow. Do it, Matt. Do it. See here. We'll get the moon by digging down through the earth. Actually, if you did that, you'd end up at China. You ever heard of China syndrome? When a nuclear reactor melts down? That's why it's called China syndrome. Let's see here. I only made money on Beyond. Yeah, I don't know. Just do a colony on it. Hey boys, how's it hanging? How's yours hanging, Gerry?
Right now to the left.
I'm talking about your day.
Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. Kind of relaxing.
Cool.
Yours?
Just getting ready. Go on my 5-day road trip. So yeah, mine's it's okay. 110 for Beyond Me expired in September is basically free. What do you mean by free, Gerry?
I'm not sure.
There's no extrinsic value? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying? What do you mean free? Ain't nothing. There ain't no free lunches. See here. A fat man would have told you to stay away from the oil sector, ETFs.
I'm not owning them.
When would you have said that, Matt? I'm assuming you're speaking about yourself here. Just because you're probably the most qualified person to talk about it. A year ago, it was one of the best sectors to probably invest in, right? So yeah, this is a new one. What's going on? How do you pronounce that?
Silhouette.
Soletti? Specimen fine. Dave, when you sold PFE, why didn't you do a covered call on it?
Yeah, Dave. Did you have over 100 shares in it?
I would have had to wait. Probably wouldn't have been very much money either, honestly. A couple strikes in the money or something like that. But it was up, and I just felt like it was a good time because it could have just pulled back at any minute. If you look at a chart, it's been on like a rocket up, but I just don't trust it. Little blue pill or not. I don't think the stock is going to remain erected. But what are you going to do? That's actually have you ever done that, Gerry? Have you ever sold a call against something to get rid of it?
I thought about it, but it had earnings. I had a stock that had earnings, and I'm like, well, if it shoots up, like I'll be screwed here. The only positive is if they freaking, fall to the floor. But I don't know.
I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever sold a put in the money to get into something or sold a call to get out of something. Not against it. I think it's a fine strategy. But if you're in a hurry, you want to get out of something, that's just, I don't have the patience for it, especially if I'm trying to get into BST or something before it shoots up to the moon or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely a valid strategy, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree.
But premiums on Pfizer are just kind of junky.
True. Even in the money, it probably wouldn't have been that much, 40 cents or something like that. And how much did I have of Pfizer anyway? I don't think it was that much. Would I even have more than 100 shares of it? I'd have to go back and look at the video, but see here. What's going on, Damien? James, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Yeah, I agree. Let's see here. Happy Sunday. 100K, February 20, puts a date on it, actually, or actually puts a month on it. 2032. So 11 years away, basically. 11 and a half years away. The Dow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 35,000.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Fat chance, Matt. I don't think in 11 years he made 100,000. I don't know. Is he just trying to throw something out there like that to be very optimistic, or is it realistic? Is that the only guess? Oh yeah, 2211. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on? You know that one, Gerry?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Rolls Royce. I wouldn't touch it.
Rolls Royce. Who can afford a Rolls Royce for number one?
Well, you can afford a share of their stock. It's only $1.50.
It's a penny stock?
It's a penny stock. Rolls Royce is a penny stock.
Does it say OTC?
Yeah, it's on the OTC.
Oh my God. Yeah, the only person that can afford that is freaking Hollywood stars and NBA and football and jeez. Why is it a penny stock?
I don't know. Did
they almost go bankrupt?
They probably did. I mean, is there like a ton of people going out to buy Rolls Royces? I wouldn't think so.
I don't know. I can tell you this: the wood that they stick inside the car is worth more than a freaking share of that stock. It put, hickory and they put all the hardwood in those damn things. Real hardwood,
You don't want to probably own it in a very humid environment.
No. Rolls Royce, honestly, they've kind of, I think Bentleys are like the new Rolls Royce.
Yeah, you don't hear about Rolls Royces in the stars and the rich people. You don't really hear them too much.
Back in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bentleys come out, and now they're in like every freaking rap video and stuff. That's the new Rolls Royce.
But do they own Bentley? I mean, see, I don't know about these things, so.
Yeah, I don't either. Rolls Royce used to be the shit, though. Used to be the shit. I'm sure it's still a quality car. Don't get me wrong. It's probably all hand built and shit. But, well, Dave and I are dwindling as friends because he doesn't like wings. Red Bull gave me wings. Dang, man, this guy is like straight out in my face in this one. No, we're not friends anymore because you're trying to beat me to the goal. That's why. I'll tell you what. If you go get some breasts, get some nice, juicy, plump breasts for me, we'll be friends again. Chicken breast, Gerry.
Oh, I was gonna say, what you talking about, Willis?
Chicken breast. Come on. Thighs are good too, though. I like thighs too.
Chicken breast. There's no skin on chicken breast, man.
Yeah, you're right.
It's got to be the thighs.
Thighs are good. Thighs are like dark meat though, so there's a difference there. But yeah. Let's see here. We got what's going on, John. So 2211. So the 22nd is that
22. That's almost
22nd century?
that's 190 years away.
We're in the 21st century, right? 22nd century. Why 1111 too? Grateful man. Well, I'll be 2 sheets to the wind by then. I'll be making my round in the ocean somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully I'm in a urn somewhere, like in my grandkids' house or something, and they didn't just throw me out in, wherever. Who knows?
Nah, I'm sure the cat will knock you over and take a dump in your ashes. I have 3 times 20 SP set 17. What's that, Gerry?
I think he has 320 strike price. September 17th, Palantir puts on at 75 cents. I'm guessing on the Palantir.
Okay.
And I'm reading in between the lines here. I'm reading in between the lines.
75 cents, huh? September 17th. That's a regular expiry. So he's got 20s. That's, that's not bad, right? That's not bad. September 17th. That's 40 days out from now. I don't know when he put them on, but yeah. To me, it's just I'm trying to get out of all those individual stocks except for the bigger ones. The ones that, the Teslas, the Netflix, the Amazons, stuff like that just pays a little bit more. Let's see here. I couldn't believe Rolls-Royce stock is so low. I feel as though in a year or two they will bloom. It depends. Like, I'm curious whether or not they came from, like $100 a share last year. You know what I mean? That's what I'm worried. That's what I'm curious about. Can you tell, Gerry?
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, geez. Okay, last year they were $3.50.
$3.50?
$3.50. And it looks like in October 2020 they were $10. So they're probably diluting.
Trying to stay afloat.
Yeah, the highest they've ever been was about $21. And that was back in 2014, 2013.
It just sounds like it's a spiral. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's like Louis Vuitton and Tiffany's and all that, Those,
yeah, that chart is ugly. But for some reason, they got a lot of shares being traded right now recently. Guess maybe just penny stock traders.
Could be. Maybe we'll get Thumper to do a video on it. Yeah, Palantir. See, I have sold in the money puts 3 times this month on ones I'm bullish on. It's a little bit different than what we're talking about, but
makes sense. But I just don't have a desire to own anything at the moment.
I really don't have a desire to own anything, period.
Yeah.
Except in the dividend portfolio, but yeah. What's this, Gerry?
That's a cow fart.
Puff, puff, puff. Oh my gosh. See, I haven't sold calls in the money to get rid of a stock, but it makes sense. Yeah, I think both strategies are valid.
Yep.
But if you really want in, then yeah, I don't know. I don't have the patience to wait. That's the problem. Let's see here. Good evening, gentlemen. Loving this option selling thing. Time to make money already and retire before I'm 50. There you go, right there, Gerry.
There you go.
There you go.
It's a valid thing, man. It really is. What am I going to do when we go through another March 2020 or something like that? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Well, March 2020. I don't know. Somebody might have been James, actually. It's like talking about the yield curve inverting. Well, I don't think it inverted, but he's asking when it's going to invert. But my thinking is it just inverted in 2019, right? I mean,
right.
To invert 2 years later, I don't think it's ever happened. So I don't know if it's ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened, but So they're going to probably prevent the yield curve from inverting, but because that might spook some people. But yeah, to get back to MP here, this we got a lot of people interested in options. You know, both Rebecca, as a matter of fact. So Rebecca Thompson, Rebecca Quest of Fire are both, interested. I think Mommy Trader's interested in options. They're starting, people are starting to see the power of options. This is legit. This is not, a get rich quick scheme, unless you're like Thumper maybe, but, it is a legit strategy. It's pretty predictable. It's all up to you. You can make money in any direction of the market. I think it's legit. So congratulations. So we'd like to know a little bit more about what you're doing too, MP.
Yeah, definitely. If you're just starting out, definitely don't. My biggest advice: don't follow the trends. I know
What are the trends?
The trends of people, sell this stock, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put sell options on Hood on Robinhood.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, don't follow those trends. Get your fundamentals down first before you really don't go chasing premium.
Don't pull an All Good. So shout out to All Good. What I would say is, I know people always say this. Matt Money will say it all the time. James, I don't know if James says it, but sell puts against stocks you want to own, right? I don't always agree with that, but I think it's a great way for people to start out, right? In general, I kind of do that, but I don't want to own anything, right? I don't want to own 100 shares of Amazon. Well, I kind of do, but I really don't, right? I don't want to put the money up for it, right? But yeah, I don't really necessarily follow that guideline, but I think it's a great way for new people to follow that. Don't chase the premium. Don't get into the Neos of the world, the DDs of the world, the doo-doos, right? Don't get into the doo-doos. Don't get into the Neos. Don't get into the JDs. Don't get into the PDDs. Don't get into the, actually that stuff's okay, I guess, with PDD. Speaking of Hood, Kevin O'Leary was on CNBC the other day, on CNBC, and he's on there. He actually liked Hood. I think he was invested in it. He's like, you can't deny that they got 20 million accounts or something like that.
No, you really can't.
So would you still invest in Hood?
I wouldn't, but I think they need to try to figure out how to extract money from them people more than they are.
They're already, bending them over as it is.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, I think they tried to figure out even more. Because I mean, what's their profit margin? What's their margin? Overall profit margin, right? It's not
public, so that information should be out there now. I don't think they've gone through one cycle yet, but
probably not.
They should. That information should come out. So I'm not touching it. I don't like Robinhood, period. I don't like what they're take that back. I mean, it's a valid platform. I would never trade options on it. I have no reason to use the platform either. I just don't.
I was this close to selling a 30 strike put on it.
Was the premium okay?
It was like $1 for 30, for 40 some days.
Yeah, the truth comes out, folks.
But I didn't.
The truth sets you free. My big thing is it's an entry-level platform, period. It does not have many bells and whistles at all. The reporting's terrible on it. It's very hard to track your gains, and
I'm just wondering if because usually people graduate, right? People graduate from Robinhood and move on to an actual broker, right?
A real broker, yeah.
A real broker. Are they going to run out of people signing up?
No. There's always somebody turning 18 every day.
That's true.
There's always a new idiot that turns 18 every day.
I wonder how many inactive accounts they have. because mine's
Well, I just
inactive.
closed mine. I
Yeah.
closed my account. They sent me an email telling me it closed, and it's been about a month or something like that. And I got an email saying your account statement is ready. So they still have me in their system. That just drives me nuts. Saying they closed my account, but yeah, they're still sending me statements and emails and shit. That just drives me nuts. I don't want to be in a database anymore. Nothing like a good thigh. Yeah.
I agree
You know
there.
what? Big thighs go with big thighs, big booties. Let's see here. Not boobies, booties. Let's see, Billy. What's going on, Billy? Let's see here. Palantir's going to zero. Just it's a joke, folks. When I said Palantir is going to zero, I started that trend. By the way, I'm really was just busting Matt Money's balls. I don't think the stock is actually really going to zero. Um, I don't think the stock is up to the hype that Matt made it out to be either, though. So sorry, Matt. Sold Six Flags August 20, 37.50 for $1. Parks are packed. How is the park out there in Vallejo?
I went during the week. It was kind of there wasn't very many employees. I mean, there was it was a decent amount of people. Half the rides were closed. It was cheap, but we'll see.
Park
I
clean?
mean, it was clean. I actually have a Six Flags on too, but I think mine's out to September. I think, yeah, mine's out to September. But I'm all
Six
the way
Flags,
down.
honestly, to me, comes to mind in Valencia. That's Six
Yeah.
Flags. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Six Flags all over the country, but
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the real Six Flags. I'm talking about Wally World, okay?
yeah.
Because that was Wally World. But they're in Valencia, so are those packed there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would imagine those are more packed than the Vallejo one, which, there's just not a lot of there's a lot more people traveling up uh, from LA to go to that Valencia one, I think.
Yeah. So a
And
dollar. So
37.50, huh? Yeah.
what was the percentage, or what's the delta on that?
I'm not sure. I don't even look at deltas anymore.
What do you look at?
I look at a chart.
You don't look at you don't look at deltas and then look at a chart.
Well,
Say, okay, this is where I
no,
want to be.
I look at the chart first, and then wherever that price is, whatever delta that is what it is, right? So, I have another video in the making too, explaining that. But
Is that is that SIX?
yeah,
Okay, I almost said SEX, by the way. Let me get back to there. So it's only got monthlies on it too.
yeah. It's one of those ones I'll only play once a month. So
So he must have put that on a few weeks ago or something. That thing ain't worth but 40 cents. 44 cents.
it had a jump up here in the
I'm looking at
past
the
couple
August
of
20th.
days. Yeah,
He had to put that on a while back.
37.50 though. That's like right where that's right where I'm uncomfortable. It's probably okay, but
He had to put that on a couple of weeks ago, is my guess. Parks are packed. How's Disneyland? Are those packed too? I'm assuming those are packed, although they got a lot more stricter
yeah.
requirements probably.
Disneyland is I remember seeing a picture that they were out in the street just lined up.
Really? Wow. Space Mountain, baby. Let's see here. You know how this is just a funny story. You've been on Space Mountain, right?
I think
At
so.
Disneyland. You know how at the very end or whatever there's like a flash and it takes a picture. And at the very end, like you go up and you look at your picture, well, I was touching my girlfriend's boob when I took the picture. Anyways, funny story.
And you had to buy it?
What's that?
Did you have to buy it?
It didn't come out very good. They might have probably, made it not come out good on purpose, but You are going to get some patience on the AT. Yeah, probably. You know what? It's all up to me though, so I can't blame anybody else.
As long as
So
you don't become a patient on the AT.
thanks a lot, Gerry. First of all, why do you think I need patience on the AT? Everything's up to me. So which happens first? Dow drops to below 30K or top 40? Hmm. Hmm. Ooh. What do you think, Gerry? So we're at 35 right now. So
Uh,
5,000 point move in either direction, basically.
I think it hits 40.
I think it's 40. Well, depends. What's a like a 15% down move? So 35,000 times 0.15. That had to be a 15 point down or 15% down move would put it below 30. So we're overdue for a 10 to 15% pullback. We haven't had one in a long time. 10% was, wouldn't put it there, but I don't know if Hot Lips can, stay off the TV and stuff. They quit pushing this Delta virus. I'm sorry, they quit pushing the flu virus. Then we might hit 40.
Yeah, they're. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say.
Yeah, you always make me say the bad stuff. Selling 30 Delta TQQQ 45 DTE bought tomorrow. Huh. What would the 30 Delta be? So 30, so 45 DTE. I'm a big fan of TQQQ, by the way. What do you think that one is, Gerry?
3 Delta a lot.
Like, oh, it's not over 100, is it? Let's see, 45
No.
days out. It's like what, September 17th, I think.
Yeah, so our 24th.
Yeah, 24th. That's 47 days out. So 45 DTT. So yeah, it'd be close about. So it'd be probably right 24. So 30 Delta, 125.
That's it.
So it's a 125 strike.
Oh,
So that's what 10, that's a
that's a
3% down move basically. They're
day. That's a day move.
Nah, we don't get a 3% down move in the queues. It's a 2 day or a week move.
That's only 1% in the queues.
No, that's 3%.
120. Oh, gotcha.
It's 10% total,
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
Well, no, I take that back. Sorry, I screwed up.
Wait, you
125
said 125 from now? Yeah, that's less than 10%.
So it's 8. It's 8% divided by 3.
Yeah, so that's 2 point. No, yeah, 2.8. I don't know.
It's still more than a day move,
Yeah, it might be a couple day move.
but still, that's pretty aggressive. They're getting paid about $500 for that. I mean, so yeah, the DTE is too long for that aggressive for me. But the thing is that they probably just want to buy it anyway. They'll probably just take the shares,
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I'm okay with that strategy, but not at a 30 Delta. But it's just probabilities. You're just thinking that it's not going to be below that expiry. I don't know. I'm up around the 0.10 to 0.15 maybe. But I don't know. That's a tough one. It's not that. I mean, geez, that's a 2 day move. That's it, and not a 45-day move.
I got a December put out on TQQQ right now.
We used to get down to the 35.
I'm at a 50 strike.
Going out like 4 or 5 months, we used to get down to the 35.
Yeah.
Good luck. I can't find anything down there anymore that pays anything. Greetings, gentlemen. Thoughts on MGP. Yeah, I think those are REITs.
Yeah, casino REITs, I think.
I don't really know anything about it, and I don't really care. I I did think they talked about this on CNBC the other day, though. And you were basically clanking horseshoes up your butt all night too, Cody, because you literally made a video on it, and then 2 days later the merger gets announced. So that's definitely horseshoe territory. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So school us on it. Go watch his video on it, folks, because he did put a video out on it. Let's see here. Good evening.
Freddie.
Good evening. I thought I already said good evening.
You did.
Let's see, Matthew H. I don't remember Matthew. Has Matthew been here before?
Not sure.
Holding at Microsoft 250, June 17, 20. Oh, okay. He's got a leap on it. Call that is steady ups. Call that is steady up 71%. Been selling 3-4 hours calls against it above 300. So he's doing a PMCC?
Yeah.
His intent is eliminate my original cost basis through selling calls. So he's doing a colony, basically. Forgive me if that's not really a colony, but it's technically a colony, right?
He continues down below too.
Well, hang on a second. I'm just trying to see what Microsoft is at right now. So 250. Okay, so that's not like super deep in the money. So he's got some extrinsic value in there. I wonder what was your break even at, Matthew? Yeah, did you run that? What was your break? His break even's got to be. His break even's got to be up near 300. Is my guess. What do you think, Gerry?
All I know is that if I had a call that was out that far and I was up 71% on it, I wouldn't be owning that call anymore.
Talking about the leap?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your break even, Matthew? Before you sold the calls against it. So what did it cost you to get into the leap?
Yeah.
Is basically what we're asking. Yeah, I don't know. That's not one that I would if it was the right price, I'd definitely open a leap on it, but I'm not a big fan of PMCCs for myself. I like the strategy and stuff, but it's just I hate when one's in the red and one's in the green. I don't like that. It drives me nuts. I'm very picky, I think. Practically free over time. Worst case scenarios, it gets called away. Yeah, no, I think it's a great strategy. It's just not one that I like doing. When was the last time you messed around with a PMCC, Gerry?
It's been forever. If I'm gonna, I'd look at calls now, on depressed companies and try to buy it and wait for the turnaround, and I don't even worry about the break even or selling calls against it or anything. I almost got back into CCL last week. I missed it.
I'm in it.
I missed it by like 10 cents. I should have just bought it anyway.
Speaking of Baba, which we're not talking about, but I'll talk about my Baba. I got back into Baba, right? And I have a 2023, June 2023 leap, a 215 on it, and it was up $200, and I didn't take it. I was like thinking, I'm like, oh, I should take that. It's in the green. $200, and I didn't take it, and then now it's in the red now. So that's just my luck. You know what I mean? So I hate that. I hate things that do that. So that's the reason why you never see 100% gains for Dave, because I take my profits because I've been duped by that too many times. But I have no intentions of selling a call against it. But I did go down lower this time to remove some of the extrinsic value, so I do have the option if I want to. You're not crazy, Matthew.
No.
I don't know if it's genius either, though, but you're definitely not crazy. It's a legit strategy. Tell us how it works out in the end, then we'll tell you if you're a genius.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is that 71% including all the calls that you sold? Or is it just
Yeah.
the position up
You
71%?
can't lose there. Like if the stock goes down, I mean, you could lose value in the leap, but honestly, Microsoft is like one of the best out there to be in. So yeah, I think you're solid there. Let's see here. Michael, let's see, anyone buy Hood on his IPO day? Um, I've been screwed on every IPO I've ever got into. So because I think the game it's rigged, number one, right? Like everybody that's in it's already made their money long before it even IPOs. So it's a rigged game. The IPO day, even though it comes out and they say, look, it's up, 130%, but it's really not. You know what I mean? If you look at it, it opened here and it went up this much, but it wasn't 130%. It's from where they had originally priced it at, I think. But anyways, so you couldn't get it at that price when it first opened up, right? So it's kind of a little misleading thing. And look at Facebook, right? Facebook was like, a big shitstorm. Like they botched the hell out of that IPO. That thing tanked to like $18, I think, on the first day, from 32 or 34 or something like that or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of IPOs. It's never worked out for me. If it works out for you, that's great. It just doesn't work for me. Not swaying anybody, okay? In my opinion. I'm not.
Yeah, I've never bought an IPO either. Almost was looking at Krispy Kreme.
I wouldn't touch Krispy Kreme.
But luckily I didn't.
Number one, I think this is the second time around for Krispy Kreme.
It is, yeah.
Krispy Kreme, my mom invested in Krispy Kreme back in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. And I swear there was another stock, Krispy Kreme's was on the market. What happened to them? Where'd they go? Did they go private or did they go bankrupt? The Chapter 13 or whatever restructure one is, right? So why are you opening one on Krispy Kreme, Gerry?
Why am I opening one?
Or why would you even consider it?
No, I was just looking. I mean, I got all day on the front of the computer. I was just looking.
Gerry's got a gambling addiction a little bit.
No, well, I'm not going to disagree with that, but I do temper it pretty good.
Gambling's not the right word. Gerry's got a Russell 2000 stock addiction.
I do.
That's where it is. Right?
That I do. The small mid cap.
He makes good returns too, but there's definitely it's a way more riskier than what I'm doing. But yeah, it works for him though. He's good at it. I'm just seeing if you can actually transition out of that at some point in your life. It might be hard.
Yeah, it might be. I was thinking about that too. It's like, I'm gonna have to, 3x my account and then have to reconsider.
I don't know. If you're on crack cocaine for that long, can you somehow just go cold turkey? No, you don't have to go cold turkey.
You don't have to go cold turkey. Yeah, you just transition and, instead of crack, do little, marijuana, and then you're fine, right? Do a little alcohol, devil's lettuce, and
little heroin, morphine. Let's see here. What's going on? Let's see here. I am short the September 7th. So what stock are you talking about, James?
Are you talking about Hood?
Hood? Talking about Hood? 3045 Strangle. I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I would be putting a Strangle on Hood on the first week that it's out. That thing could tank or it can run like a sumbitch. You know what I mean? I just no way I would touch it. $2, not worth it to me.
Wait, the 45 Strangle, aren't you? What isn't it at like $60? Has it dropped?
Is it Hood?
Yeah.
Hood's the ticker.
It's at 55.
50?
Went up to 85. Jeez.
Jesus, that's what I'm talking about. So volatile. That wasn't even the first day either. Well, the options in December on YM are 95% out of the money for 40,000 and only 83% out of the money for 30,000.
Oh, is he talking about the?
Yeah, he's talking about the futures, the Dow futures, but I'm just wondering. So 83, so the probability is higher. Because I don't think of out of the. I never look at out of the money. It's mine's always in the money. Probability in the money. So I'm thinking the opposite. So 17% probably being out of the money, or sorry, 17% probably being in the money, and the other one's 5. So the likelihood. But the thing that doesn't really tell me much, James, because it's always biased to the market's biased to the upside, but the puts are always worth more. So it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's a good way to look at it, but like I said, it's. I couldn't go by that though because the put side's always worth more. What's going on, Mona? How's it going? Good to see you. I don't know if you got it, if she does options or not. She's always a good supporter though.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Sunday in your neck of the woods. See here. Joseph Carl made a video about MG. Yeah. What's so fascinating about this merger?
I'm not sure. It's just casinos. I guess it's because it's gambling.
I thought they were REITs. Oh, they're
Well, they're
casino
hotel
REITs?
casinos.
Casino REITs?
Yeah, hotel casinos.
Just what's so fascinating about this? But nobody's talking about the T merger, or the spinoff, or the Pfizer or whatever the spinoff or whatever. No, I don't know. Maybe it's something that we're just ignorant about, Gerry. Well, at least I am. Yeah, I don't know.
I still play Penn National Gaming. Don't think I have one on right now though. I think they have earnings.
Like I said, folks, Russell 2000.
Yeah.
What's going on? All good. Let's see here. Technically, it is.
Oh, they had earnings. Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, technically, it is. Technically, it is not a colony. Technically, it is a colony. If he's trying to get his cost base down to 0, and he's got I guess it's not, but because he's using a leap, but technically, it's a colony.
Depends on whose rules you're using, I guess.
Yeah, depends on whose rules you're using. Whether you own the shares or you have the leap, it's the same thing. You could replace the shares with leaps, and it's still a colony.
Problem is, Microsoft is a great company.
And it's not $10 or below.
Yeah, it's an absolute
not a
powerhouse.
But I'm saying it's technically a colony, though.
Yeah.
Just depends on what rules you follow. 287. That's his cost basis, right? Or his break even. 287. So he paid $37 for the contract. So he's selling 300. What do you think about that, Gerry? She spent what, 37?
37 on 250.
3,700. That's not that bad. That 3,700.
Yeah, that's like nothing.
100. That's nothing.
June. Let's see. What is that worth now, though? Let me see.
Cost me 37 for the leap, broke even. Okay, so about 287. That's cheap for a year out leap. $3,700.
The 250 is now worth about $50. So
yeah, I mean that's cheap. I mean, he went out of the money, reduced the price of the contract, but obviously the break even goes up. But it's not a bad play for $3,700. Jeez. That was always our thing too with the PMCs. Let's just get the cost basis down to 0, and it's like, Oh, they're both up. I'm selling them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was never a long-term PMCC for me.
No, not at all. Even though we had intentions, we're out, 2-year leaps and
Yeah,
stuff, Let's see here. The Strangle was on. Oh, okay. He was on. It was on Six Flags.
not on Hood. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That sounds more like James.
Yeah. 3045. Yeah, because he had the 3045 September 17th. So I'm in the 30 put on September 17th.
30 on the downside.
Yeah.
That's fine. The 45 is a little aggressive.
Yeah.
50 sounds a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. He's always aggressive on his top sides.
He is. He doesn't. He treats the upside the same way as he does the downside, and it's probably okay.
He doesn't. He's always lower on the downside. His upside's like, because that's the riskiest thing in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
It's way riskier than the put side, but a 45, all it takes is, yeah, we're reopening, we're doing this. I don't know. I mean, that's not that far away from 45 for September 17th.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these and to put on some not naked, but strangles on, and well, I guess they would be naked, but definitely wanted to be above the 52-week high. But yeah, like you said, I just couldn't on the Six Flags because it could be, yeah, like you said, one piece of news and that sucker rockets.
Yeah, somebody takes a stake into it. The short float's not that bad, but still, I mean, 45 is just, it gets above that 50 period moving average and it's off to the races. It'll definitely test that 45.
But I mean, James is an expert at managing positions, so I mean, he can figure that out. I just don't want to.
I don't want to manage it though. I just want to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put that much effort into it.
I don't want to manage it. Let's see here. In CCL2, losing right now. We'll wait for it to turn around. It should be fine. Let's see here. Where is CCL? I think it should be going up from here. If it just get above that 200 at this point, it'll probably get stuck at 24. I'll be out of it long before. I'll be out of it by the time it gets up there, but I'm not going to be carrying. Like, I would love to carry CCL all the way up to like $30 or something like that, but I just don't. I cannot wait that long. No freaking way. I wish I could. Which I want to rejive. Let's see here. If there's a big pullback that lingers or market started tanking, are you going to change your strategy or still selling puts or sell credit spreads and naked calls? And until something changes my mind on the credit spreads that I've been doing, like they don't work how I think they're going to work, meaning the market goes down, I can buy back the credit, the long put side, kind of act as a strangle in a way, or make money on the way on down. If it doesn't work how I think it's going to work, then I'm just going to abandon those credit spreads in general, unless I want to reduce buy-in power on something. But I'll be selling puts still because premium is going to go up. So I might target some really good stocks, right? If we have like a big pullback or something like that, I'll be targeting some really good stocks, and I'll probably be buying some leaps on some really good stocks, select leaps on certain companies. What about you, Gerry? What are you going to do here?
I'm going to just keep on selling puts. Hopefully I'll have some, like you, have some ammo for buying some leaps. He's saying naked calls. Depends. See, the problem is in a down market, your naked calls, in a sustained downturn, your naked calls are going to be worthless.
It's the exact opposite of what you should be doing too.
Right. We should be selling naked calls now.
Right. But it's scary.
It's scary, yeah. But yeah. I mean, James does it all the time, but it is scary. We should be selling naked calls now. Puts are bullish. Naked calls are bearish. So
the time to sell calls is not when we've had a 10% decline.
Right.
in bear market. We don't know how long a bear market would last. So I'm always going to assume the market's going to be going up. It's biased towards the upside. It should be going up. So I would never anticipate a bear market. You can't anticipate that. Obviously, if we knew there's going to be a bear market, then we just all sell calls. Yeah. You've been using my term too, Gerry, in your videos. We don't know what's going to happen right at the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Left of the screen's already printed. It's easy to quarterback. James can do it. I can do it. Gerry can do it. Everybody can quarterback left of the screen. We can look at a chart and say, oh, this is the reason why I did this. I mean, geez, everybody can quarterback that. Look like an expert, too. But nobody can predict right of the screen. All goods just showing up. I'm surprised David and Gerry didn't do a stream and watched a move instead. Didn't do the stream and watched what would we have, movie. Yeah, what would we have watched? Porky's?
Married with Children.
I've been watching a lot of that.
They should
make about this last night, folks.
Why did they make a movie of that?
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about a lot of the sitcoms last night, and man, there's no way you can get away with 90% of what the sitcoms were about back then, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Well, I don't know about the 90s per se, but you no way they can get away with 90% of those sitcoms nowadays. That's how bad society's gotten.
Yeah.
You just can't do anything anymore.
To them, we've improved. And I don't believe that. But
no, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's an improvement. Let's see here. Everybody's just so afraid to say anything these days. What's going on, Ryan? What's going on, Brian? Let's see here. What's popping? I don't know. Definitely not Robinhood. Just kidding.
Popcorn sounds good.
Yeah, kettle corn. I love kettle corn. It's not
I like cheddar corn.
You like that fake cheese?
Hell yeah, cheese powder is like
you like basically take Kraft cheese. You open the packet up and you pour it on your.
Hell yeah,
powdered cheese. Yeah, I don't think any. Yeah, none of that's keto, so I don't do any of it. But let's see here. Joseph Carlson is just a fanboy of Okay, who's pumping the stock? Same thing he does with Spotify. Yeah, I always hated that too. Because, I mean, I'm not a fan of people that pump their stock. You don't see me pumping stock. But, I mean, I'm a small YouTuber. It ain't going to make any difference anyway. And honestly, these people are so small as well. It's not going to make any difference. But I just, that's why I've always hated Jim Cramer as well. Because he did that like back in the 80s or whatever. He was a major pumper of his stocks, and I can't get behind that from a moral standpoint. So that just it's always something that just drives me nuts. I think Jeremy does the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. People love him still because there's no way you can grow that fast unless you love the dude. Let's see here. Hood. What kind of hood is he talking about? We know you live in the hood, but well, I don't know if he lives in the hood, but he lives in a state that has a hood. Actually, all states might have a hood.
I would think so.
Yeah, is that true? Does every state have a hood?
I would say so, yes.
Oh man, I'm trying to think.
They all look a little different, but
does Oregon have a hood?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Washington State does. I know that does.
Absolutely.
Does Idaho have a hood? Wait, here's one, Gerry. Does Wyoming have a hood?
I bet you they do. They're just different.
You might call it a hood, but it's not a hood compared to a real hood.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. They just look a little different, right? The races might be a little different.
It's a hood for that state, but it's not a hood.
It might be, apartment complexes. It could be, trailer parks. It could be, it's just going to look a little bit different. But I think the hood is more mentality There's gonna be a hood everywhere.
I'm willing to bet that Wyoming does not have a hood. I've been to Cheyenne. Okay, so I've been there. If you talk about like a low income housing or something like that, yeah, I'm sure they have that, right? But I don't think it's a hood. That's an interesting thing. I don't know. Just comment in the chat here. It'd be interesting. As Alaska for sure has a hood. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of devastated areas in Alaska.
There's a lot of dope in Alaska.
Yeah, a lot of suicide up there. 6 is in a downward channel. It's a little aggressive, but above the downward channel if you draw it out in the chart. I don't need to draw it out. I got it sitting right here in front of me. He's right, but it's a long bear flag too. So all I've got to do is bust out of that flag and you're toast. And right now I wouldn't put it past where people are, 6 flags going to the moon because everybody wants to have fun and go back, right? I'm just selling CCs on positions. I have over 100 shares of not chasing. Yeah, solid play. Yeah. I'm curious what you're doing it on. You're probably not doing it on the Coca-Colas of the world and stuff, but see here. Will the NDX be higher or lower on December 30th? I think higher. Your thoughts? So they're trying to. The Fed is really trying to dance right now. There's a major dance going on, right? They're not trying to spook the market, but they are trying to put forward that they're going to be taper. They're going to taper and raise interest rates. There's just a major dance right now, and I have a feeling they're going to raise interest rates probably before the end of the year. They're going to probably taper before the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see. And that'll probably cause a sell-off.
Yeah, we could probably have a weak December.
No, Gerry, Santa Claus rally.
I don't know. I think we're getting coal this year.
We're getting what?
Getting coal.
Coal? Coal might be worth worth a lot of money though.
Right.
I think we still end the year positive, but it's not gonna be a December. Well, that started in like October, I think. October like 2018.
Yeah.
Through this, it didn't last to the end of December. That was a 20% pullback.
Yeah.
Unexplained really, but we're due for one. The market's kind of looking. It took the news pretty well, and we had great job numbers on Friday, by the way. Yeah. Of course, I've never really believed those numbers.
No, they're
I think they tell a story that the narrative that they want to tell. I think they're doctored. I'm sorry. It's just I don't believe those numbers at all.
Yeah, the books are cooked.
What's that?
The books are cooked.
They're cooked. Yeah, so they pretty much control what the market does by, okay, let's do this week. Let's do this week.
And then they tell their buddies, hey, buy some
all
on this.
Nancy Pelosi had some she was buying when she was saying all that crap that tanked the market. They were all buying, man. Come on. Oh, man. Let's see here. Now you agree with selling naked calls? What's he talking about, Willis?
That I said that we should be selling naked calls.
Is right now. What I'm not going to be doing is still. That's what I said. Matt Money, see, all good. Ryan, Robberhood.
Ryan's a big Robberhood guy. Did he buy a hood?
He's got Robberhood, but I think he transitioned to another broker, to a real broker. But I think he's still using Robberhood for now. You mean the IPO?
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's a good question, but just because you use Robberhood doesn't mean you should be buying the IPO. Oh man, I didn't even buy it. Yeah, I don't know. One time I watch a movie and I'm in trouble. Yeah, exactly. She ditched us. Let's see here. Any thoughts on Tableau is what I'm assuming he's talking about. Is it I don't know what Tableau is, but you talk about a Tableau is my guess.
What is that?
Tableau is it's a tech company.
How do you spell that?
I don't know, Tablio. Tableau? No, it's Tableau. Is that Tableau? I know they're Tableau. Can't find it, Jerry.
No, I don't know.
Tableau. Am I wrong on that? Does anybody know? Be right back. Driving to thigh stop. Driving a leg stop. See, anywhere with poverty overall, U.S. will have a hood. Anywhere with poverty. Well, I mean, every state is going to have what they call poverty for that state, right? I've been to Wyoming. I can tell you this: it's only got like 500,000 people in the whole entire state. That's nothing. So if there's any state that doesn't have a hood or doesn't have any poverty, it's that state. Nobody really wants to live there. I would love to live there, but I don't want to live there, if that makes any sense.
Why doesn't anybody want to live there?
Well, first of all, you got to walk sideways.
Or forward?
Yeah. Well, you got to walk forward, yeah, like a 30% slant because it's super windy in Cheyenne. But there's other parts of the state. You got Jackson, you got northern areas, right, where Wilford Brimley lived and all that, a big ranch up there and stuff. So it's flat and stuff. Actually going to be driving over there through Wyoming all tomorrow, believe it or not. So I'll let you know if I see a hood along the way. But there's beautiful areas in that state. No taxes. It's very cheap to live there too. And it's very, like, if you're an introvert, you can get a ranch for the 100 acres for pennies, But yeah. So if it doesn't have that's my state. I'm going to pick that state for a state that has no hood. Come on, get real. You can't draw a bear flag for. Yeah, it's a bear. Yeah, I agree. It's not, but it looks like one. But to me, it's with a long. Those down channels break up, right? They break to the upside there, James. Right? They don't break down usually. It's more likely to break to the upside. My luck is I saw a 45. It's going to break to the upside and test my call, and I don't want to be there. So I'll be watching it for you, and I'm going to be laughing just like you got screwed on your spies. Let's see here. Leaps, all about them zebras. We got to get Thumper on in the future, Jerry, to talk about zebras. Because I watched the video, and I didn't really understand it. I should probably watch it again, but we do need to get Thumper on to talk about the zebras. You understand zebras, Jerry?
I have no. It's way too much. Apparently, it's very simple, but I still don't get it. You're just trying to duplicate the movement of 100 shares of stock with options. That's it. So
let's I don't know. Let's get him on. We'll talk about it in the future about it. Come on. Oh, we've already talked about that one. He doesn't mean Tableau. A symbol is data for Tableau. What does he mean then?
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
If it's not Tableau, then what does he mean? Yeah. Let me see. Tableau, I think they IPO'd recently. Or they've been out. I can't find data. Where is data? No.
Yeah,
Data
I don't
is
have
not
data
a ticker.
either.
Data is not a ticker. How do you say it, people? Do you say data or data? I'm always saying data.
I do both. Just like I just interchange them, just like my Valium and volume.
Yeah, caramel and caramel.
Yeah.
Also, this is another one that's been going around the IT field for 20 plus years. Connectivity. They always say connectivity. To me, it's connectivity. But yeah. Okay, so just smash the like button. Hey, thanks for investing, Sensei. How are those Neos and Beyond Meats working out? I'm just curious. What if he? No, I don't think he was able to get out when Neo had that big run. Well, I would call it a big run, but got up to 55. Should be able to get out by then. But okay, say Wyoming is a rich state. Coal mine, yeah. Well, it's rich in resources. It's true. Got a caldera sitting right next to you, though. It really doesn't matter. You're in any state that's 2 or 3 states away from those calderas. You're smoked anyway. And if that thing ever erupted like the way they think it could, the whole world's doomed anyway. We'll be under a mass ash cloud for years.
Mass ass cloud?
Mass ash cloud.
Ash. Oh, I was like,
Ash
mass
cloud.
ass.
Did I say ass cloud? Ash cloud. No, Ash, Gerry, Ash. Where's your mind at? Hopefully Bezos got his highway up to space by then. Let's see here. Curious if there is any non-stop ads in California for the recall election next month. Yeah, Gerry. What do you think? Bruce Jenner's going to win or what?
I don't watch TV, but they have. How am I going to say this?
Is anything in your front yard or any yards?
No. There is an overabundance of people trying to knock off Gavin Newsom. Now, in my opinion, the majority of those people that are on the Republican side trying to knock off Gavin Newsom are being paid by Gavin Newsom.
Why?
To run interference. Because if you literally got like 20 people on the or more, actually, it might be 30 on the Republican side that are in the running. So it's like every vote that goes away from the main dude is a vote for Newsom.
That's true.
There's a ton of plants, in my opinion, that Newsom's not going nowhere.
Shills.
Yep.
Shills, folks.
There's a bunch of grifters. There's a bunch of grifters there that are just taking money from people. It's ridiculous. It's really stupid.
You think Cuomo should be recalled or get impeached?
Yes.
Good answer. I think the taper is already built in. It probably is, but not if they do it earlier than anticipated, right? The market's anticipating like next year, not like September. Like, do you think they're going to make a decision in Jackson Hole? Probably not. But what if they did, right? The market would get spooked over that. If they made a decision in Jackson Hole and the market thinks it's going to happen in February of next year, that would cause it to sell off, in my opinion. Every breather in the market knows that taper must happen. Yeah, I agree, but I think the market's fine. It'll still go up, but depends how aggressive they get. You remember 2019? I mean, interest rates get up to 2%, and it's like you're literally pulling the market off the teat. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're done. The teat's gone, and it's like the market's like freaked out. Man. Okay, so I also don't understand. Yeah, I don't either. We'll have to get Thumper on to school us on it. Yeah, I gotta watch that video again. I think Thumper should make a Zebras for Dummies video. He already made a Thumpers for Dummies. He's already made a Zebras for Dummies video.
You just have to watch it 10 times.
Yeah, you got to watch it 10 times. But I think the problem is you can't 2x it. You gotta 0.5 it or something.
And you probably should put one in a paper account, throw one on, and see how it works.
Yeah, I agree. Our electric company telco has reduced its coal consumption, something like 50%. So, I got an email from Excel Energy the other day, and it says proposed rate increases. And it says if your bill is this much, your bill will go up to this much. Proposed increases go into effect in April of 2022. And we've put this proposal towards Colorado's board or whatever. Now they want to try to raise like $400 million or something like that over 10 years or whatever. I'm thinking to become more energy efficient or whatever. So really what they're doing is they're not taking money out of their profits. They're subsidizing everybody that pays the bill to make things more energy efficient, which is bullcrap in my opinion.
You got your favorite over here, PG&E. Did you hear they finally broke down and said they're going to bury all the lines?
Most of the lines here are buried anyway because we rarely have outages here. But so who's going to pay for that, Jerry?
Me.
Exactly. Yeah. You're the one that had to pay the billions of dollars of people that died too, by the way. There's no way. Yeah, I got really screwed in PG&E. I took like a $5,000 loss in that stock because I thought it was solved. I'm like, 70. Like, there's no way. Like it made the Hinkley incident. Remember the Hinkley incident?
Yeah,
they're never going to go away though. You know what I mean? It's funded by the state. It's good luck. Data, not data. No, people call it data. Data. Day for no, hell no. I'll run for governor if I can live in another state and still be the governor for that state. Let's see here. On June 10th, 2019, Tableau was acquired by, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it just popped in my head. Salesforce is CRM, I think.
Yes.
So I'm a big ServiceNow fan. My customer dropped like Remedy and went and dropped some other stuff, and they went to ServiceNow, and man, it's slick. Workday, they use Workday as well. My company uses Workday. My company also uses Salesforce too, but ServiceNow, man, love it, big fan. Tableau, I think that's one of our customers too, but I don't think I'm not familiar with it. Let's see here. Is a volatile stock better to put Zebras on or non-volatile stocks? I don't know. It looks like Thumper's already left. Do you think we'll go into lockdown again? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I mean, they could say it, but
well, first of all, it's not going to come from the government, right? It's not going to come from the federal government. Yeah. They can't do it. They can't say it.
Right.
So what they do is they try to force the governors or they try to force the governments of the states to do it, right? They get one to do it, and then they kind of all follow suit, right? Because that's what they think they need to do. Because the overwhelming majority of people agree with that, right? It's herd mentality, or is it herd mentality, Jerry? Or is it mob mentality?
Mob mentality, I would imagine.
One of those. Majority rules. How about that? So I don't think so, though. I think people are less likely to comply or want it this time. Absolutely. And did it help? Did it really help? Right? I think
it did more harm than good.
If you can tell me with proof that it actually had more good, then then I'll listen. But there's states that like DeSantis, he's not going to shut down. Even though they're having a little bit of a high number thing right now. I mean, I don't know. You're right. It did a lot of harm, right? I've been talking about that for a long time. A lot of suicides, a lot of crime, a lot of mental issues, a lot of depression, a lot of yeah, you know, I mean, people losing their jobs, it definitely did a lot of harm, right? So I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to take a lot of shit for saying this crap, but whatever. Is Dave going against Meat Mc? Is he actually really running?
I have no. There's like a long freaking list of people that are running, and it's like it's a total crap show.
So that's next month, huh?
Yeah.
Let me know if you start seeing
There's like
signs pop up in your neighborhood, Gerry.
Yeah, there's like 3 legitimate candidates and like 40 freaking paid actors.
Yeah, shills. I don't know what you're talking about there. All good. Enjoy your dividend income video. You are more diversified than me. How many stocks are too many? When do you start reflecting? Depends how big the portfolio was. You know, too many stocks. I think probably anything over 30. Yeah. As far as the second question here, when do they start reflecting the indexes? What does he mean by that, Gerry? He or she? He.
Like when does the
When should you go back to an index
like
or an ETF?
where's the point of where you have so many holdings that it doesn't freaking do you any good to have all those holdings, and you should just hold VOO or something.
I guess the question is why are you in individual stocks right now is to over an ETF? I don't know. There's some merit to having individual stocks over an ETF. You should outperform the market, but because it gives you the opportunity to add to sectors when they're down, rebalance and all that stuff. But the ETFs, aren't they doing that too? So I don't know. I guess that's kind of like a personal choice question in a way. 30 stocks, I think, is probably plenty. I've had more than 30 individual stocks at one point. Gets, is fine, but I don't think you need any more than that. But make sure you have all the sectors covered, keep all the allocations appropriate for the sectors. Yeah, there you go. Or you can just put in, if you want dividend stocks, you can just do SCHD and be done with it. Or Devo. Or you can do a combination. I think a hybrid approach is not a bad way to go. I kind of like the hybrid approach. Gerry likes to call them satellite holdings and stuff, but
Yep.
Gerry, live in California?
I do, unfortunately. Central Valley.
He won't be retiring there, though, folks.
No.
He's going to Wyoming.
Maybe.
Right now, if you just pick, which state would you pick? Even though you've done research, whatever, what state would you pick off the top of your head right now? What is like saying this is? I know what he's going to say, folks. He wants to be right where the 50 amps is on my property. So wherever, yeah. I guess wherever. I just answered the question for him is what I should do.
Wherever Dave Enterprises is, LLC is, I'd be there. But I don't know. It's really tough, man. I've done research for years on a lot of states, and there's nothing that fits everything, right? Because
part of the issue is a lot of states that were good are getting kind of crappy in a way.
Yeah, right? Like I really wanted to go to Idaho, but it's just
Idaho's great.
It's just too close to Seattle, Portland, too many California. It's the same issue that a lot of other states are having. There's a lot of people moving in.
It's like one of the fastest growing states right now. It's definitely prices have skyrocketed there too. Beautiful state. I'm gonna be driving through that tomorrow as well. The bottom side.
I've been looking, Tennessee, Kentucky. I don't know.
You might as well just go just south of the Kentucky border and get into Tennessee where it's tax free.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but nothing's perfect because I don't enjoy humidity.
I'm there with you.
We won't I won't like snow or living in it anyway.
Throwing it.
So
like yellow snow, but
it's like there's nothing perfect. So actually, with the RV, I'll be able to just, okay, I'm getting the hell away from this humidity, or I'm getting the hell away from this snow.
But you need a
So
home base. You gonna get a cancita?
a home base, yeah, I could put a casita on Casa de Dave.
He's not gonna have a sewage hookup, that's for sure. He'll get a nature's head. I heard Bruce Jenner, she's running for governor. Yeah, Bruce Jenner's running. Bruce Jenner.
It's Bruce Jenner. There's like three major ones, and it's Larry Elder,
I actually liked Larry Elder.
Anthony Trevino, and Bruce Jenner. Those are the three kind of majors.
I heard Larry Elder talking on.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't know where he was talking. He was talking on TV the other day, and I was like, I like this guy, you know. I heard Bruce Jenner talk too. I think he was talking to Hannity, and I wasn't enthused. To me,
he's a little wishy-washy.
Was trying to get all like emotional, but it was like fake emotional. It was like fake. It felt fake. You know?
But I don't know. I kind of, with Bruce,
probably better than bad guy news.
I think he really does have love for the country. I really believe. I mean, he's been a Republican all his life almost, and he's a Olympian, freaking. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird because with Bruce, especially running as a Republican, he's putting the Democrat voters in a horrible situation.
Oh yeah.
Because are they really going to go against the first transgender California candidate, right? Just because he's not a Democrat. So it's going to be, he's putting them in a weird situation.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I kind of lost a little bit of, I used to watch the show with him in it, and stuff, and it was pretty cool. He's kind of a really cool dude, but I lost a little bit of respect for him when he got all mad at, what's his name? Why do I always draw a blank? Shapiro, whatever his freaking name is. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
They were on like a talk show or whatever, and he got all pissed off at him or whatever. And it's like, I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him. Let's see here. He, she, what? Jerry always just likes to say it, but throw you under the bus, Jerry.
Thanks.
How much is? Yeah, I love Tennessee. Well, yeah. I love the idea of Tennessee. Okay, now it would be the eastern side of Tennessee, kind of like up in Johnson City area, somewhere around there, right? Asheville, but Asheville is North Carolina, but so it wouldn't be as humid, but yeah, kind of in that area, or at least the Cumberland Plateau and east. Tax-free, baby. It's cheap to live there, although it's gone way up in value too. Just
we will be in neighboring states. So where are you at? North Carolina? Kentucky?
Yeah, good point. It's Kentucky, it's Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia. What's to the east? What's to the west? Missouri?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Missouri.
West Virginia is paying people to come live there.
What are they doing these days? Paying people to get stuck in the arm and stuff now? Gerry and I were talking about this last night. If we ever have another pandemic, nobody's going to get the shot because they're all going to hold out to get paid. Nobody's going to freaking go get the shot. I'm holding out. I'm getting an Amazon gift card. They screwed up. Hopefully nobody's going to remember. That's the thing. Hopefully nobody remembers.
Yeah. Oh, they got social media. They're going to remember.
Oh, man. Come on. Who here wouldn't hold out next time to make sure you get paid? New Zealand is perfect. I love it. Yeah, well, I'm going to hike New Zealand. So, Give me a kiwi while I'm out there.
Yeah, I can't drive there. That's a problem.
Portugal isn't bad either. Eh, I'm not a huge fan of Europe. Yeah, I'm gonna travel all through there though. I want to go to Croatia. I'll
Portuguese
go to
people,
Greece. I'll go. What?
Portuguese people are hot. They're like spitfires, man. The
Yeah.
ones I've found come across.
This video definitely getting taken down for using wrong pronouns, man. What do you mean wrong pronouns? What are you talking about? You talking about Willis? Gerry, have we used wrong pronouns?
Not to me.
Fuck it. Fuck it, Tyler, looking pretty nice. What the hell? My brother from another mother here. He's pronouncing it all wrong and shit. Or, well, sorry, he's spelling it all wrong, but not only did you spell it wrong, yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. So, yes, folks, it is fuck it, PH, but I don't think retire. I think he was in here earlier.
Yeah, he was.
So, luckily, in his last video, he pronounced it correct. Or, he pronounced it, and I heard the pronunciation. And I'm like, oh, is that how you say it?
What is it,
And
Phuket?
I put a comment on the video, and he's like, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, because I heard somebody else pronounce it like that. A real person pronounce it like that. It's called Phuket.
Phuket.
Phuket. You know, not Italian. Phuket. You know, it's
Yeah,
Phuket.
I'm not a fan of that one.
A Phuket?
Yeah,
I
like the other pronunciation better.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Phuket is in Thailand. It's like really south, and it's literally like borderlining like Malaysia, Singapore area, right? So I mean, you're literally like right on the border. I don't even think you fly into Bangkok actually to get there. So, are you from Tennessee because you're in the only 10 you see? Trying to tell a joke, I guess, folks. Are you from Tennessee because you're the only 10 you see? Oh,
You're supposed to say, "Are
trying to
you
hit on a girl?" It's a one-liner.
Yeah, you're supposed to say, "Are you only 10 I see?" You're the only 10 I
You're
see.
the only 10, so yeah. Would that work on your wife?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
She likes when I, come up with weird crap.
What's going on, Nate? I'm waiting until they pay more. See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm waiting until the odds in the lottery are, 1 in 10 or something. Giving away millions and millions of dollars. No, I don't know. I think that by doing what they're doing, by offering these lotteries and offering days off and gift cards and stuff, I think they're actually going to be in a world of hurt if we ever have one of these again.
Oh, did you hear? They're trying to charge a surcharge for unvaccinated workers on their paychecks for the health insurance. They're trying to add like $30 to $50 per check deduction for unvaccinated workers.
Dang. I'll tell you, there's just a new business that's spun up, Gerry. Fake freaking records.
Exactly.
And I guess they're like putting, I don't know, there's laws against it, but like $16,000 fines or something like that. And get this, I heard this on the news, up to 5 years in prison for using fake records. And you can do fucking murder. Oh, excuse my French here. You can murder somebody and get less than 5 years. 5 years? That's crazy. It's a what's the word? Like a felony is normally like a
non-violent. Right? Yeah, it's non-violent.
5 years in prison.
It's like a white collar.
That's crazy. Investing Sensei, you screwed it up, brother. It's supposed to be, are you from Tennessee because you're the only 10 I see? You're the only 10 you see. I don't know. Depending on how he looks at it, if he thinks himself as a 10, then, I'm a 10. What about you, Gerry?
I'm
Your wife thinks you're a 10.
yeah. She thinks I'm an 11.
The CDC apparently now has the power to extend eviction moratorium.
Not
Yeah,
apparently.
that was very odd to me too. Yeah.
Yes, not apparently.
They can't. They have no jurisdiction. They can't do that. But the Fed can take guidance from it and do it. The Fed. So I don't think there's any Fed moratorium, is there? So take that back. The Fed had a moratorium, but all the individual states did an individual moratorium too last year. So they all have different ones that expired, or some still could be in effect. But the Fed was only on certain types of loans too. Thumper's last video, he talked about doing QQQ or NUSI, margin to retire concept. Talked about the Discord too. Yeah. Did you watch his last video, Gerry?
Yeah, I did.
She's talking about the PD thing.
Yeah, Petey's the only one I know that did it, but I thought you did it too.
No, I've never done it.
You didn't do it?
Wait, yeah. I thought Petey talked about it, but he never did it.
He did it and he quit it.
He hit it and quit it?
He hit it and quit it. It because I don't know. I never really got a clear answer, but apparently the dividends received go directly to reducing the margin balance. So I'm like, can't you just pay the interest on the margin balance? I don't understand.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
So eventually it would have been paid off and you'd have free.
Yeah, but his whole idea of doing this was so he can retire or live. I mean, retire his wife, right?
But it was. Could you? I don't think he ever found out. Could you just pay the interest? I don't know.
Yeah. What do you mean?
But what I'm saying is
you didn't have to pay the interest. Interest could actually get added on the margin if you wanted to.
Couldn't get accrued, right? That's what I was thinking. But that's not how it was working for him. So I don't know if I think he just never decided to contact Interactive Brokers and figure it out.
So what you're saying is, let me back up this train. What you're saying is the money that comes in, it goes towards the margin, not towards the interest. So at the very end, he's paying a bunch of interest anyway, or what?
That's what Petey was saying, that it was reducing the balance, the loan balance.
I've used margin with IB. You have $40,000 in margin. You don't pay it down. It's going to accrue interest. I think it's daily, by the way. It's very low, though. Okay, it's lower than a mortgage loan. Okay, so you pay $5,000 off. It's $5,000 less you have to pay interest on, right? I don't understand what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in here, but
so
we have to look in the Discord because he talked about it.
The concept is what he wanted to do was, because they offer 4-to-1. Well, if you're in a Reg T, you can put $100,000 in there, and you can really put it all into QLD up to like $400,000 or something like that. And then because the interest is so low, you just pay the interest. You're getting paid 12%. You minus 1% for the interest or whatever IB is. I think it's over 1, but I think it's under 2.
Yeah.
So you're still banking like 9 or 10%. People do this with houses all the time.
Yeah.
Right. They buy a house that's $600,000. They put 20% down on it or whatever, and they leverage. Right. They're leveraged. It's the same thing. For some reason, people always look at it being more risky with stocks, though, than with houses. Yeah, I did look at it. I don't need to do it. That's the thing. I don't need to do it, right? So there's no reason for me to do it. Now, what you could do is you could just do QLD, and then you could, leverage yourself, do that, and then you could even buy some puts on it. Protect the downside, hedge. There's a whole bunch of things you could do. Yeah, leave it up to Thumper. Let's see, do QQQ or NUSI, margin to retire concept. Yeah. I think the people that would want to do that are just maybe more of the crowd that follow you. You know, you have a lot of the crowd that are in the same boat that you're in or in a similar situation. So something like that might be a good bet. Would you consider doing something like that, Gerry?
Me, probably not. Probably not. I doubt it.
Why? Just tell us why.
Because I could just make more money on my own.
That's true. 1% a month. Yeah. See here. I had COVID, so for anybody that's had COVID, I don't understand why you'd get a shot. I don't understand why you'd get one at this point.
You know what's crap? It's kind of what he's pointing to here. It's really crap, right? Because if you recall, through the shutdown, there were of course all these workers that had to work, and they were lauded as heroes. Oh, they're heroes because they're working through this pandemic and they're putting their lives on the line, right? Now this year, you don't get that vaccine, you're fired. You were heroes last year. Now you're fired.
You watch, folks. The hammer's already dropped. I think it was United Airlines announced it by September or whatever. You don't have vaccine, you don't have a shot, you're fired. And more than likely, all of the other airlines will do the same thing, right? I don't know how many other companies will do it. I'm not vaccinated. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not vaccinated. I don't need it, period. I just don't need it. I'll probably get a bunch of unsubs for that, Gerry. If my company mandates it, I'm gonna fire early. So
yeah, so would
I just do not agree with mandating something like that. Here's the thing. Gerry and I have talked about this. What would it take for me to get a vaccine? To get the vaccine? And I told him it'd take like a 50% death rate or something like that for me to get it. Then again, we were talking about this last night, it wouldn't be a pandemic most likely then because you'd be dead, right? People die too fast. Like Ebola is a good example. I don't think Ebola could ever be a pandemic because people die too fast. But Ebola scares me though. Ebola scares me. Because you're most likely to die from Ebola if you got it. Coronavirus? Yeah. People are gonna hate me probably. They'll probably think I'm actually gonna kill people or something, you know. But whatever. HIPAA actually only pertains to this.
I think it explains down below. But
speaking of moving, etc., how can I become a U.S. resident or open a U.S. trading business so I can get portfolio margin? You don't need portfolio. You don't need to have a business to do portfolio margin, Rajiv. As far as becoming a resident, I mean, that's not easy. Haven't dated somebody that went through the whole process. It's unless you're going to school here or you get a authorized to work here, which is not easy to get. And depending on what your background is, whatever. If you're coming from Canada, it won't be as hard. But I don't know if he lives in Canada though.
I thought he did.
I think he does too. But you don't need to be a resident or have a business to get a margin account or portfolio margin. You just need $112,000 account,
something like
125,
that.
112. I don't know, something like that. HIPAA only applies to covered entities. Covered entities, yeah, I don't know. Sounds like you took that out of Wikipedia.
Yeah, he's copy and pasting stuff here.
Yeah, that's just Wikipedia shit. People get confused all the time as to what or who, man. If you are not one of those three entities, yeah. Crown. Is it crow or crown? Crone.
Crow.
Yeah, you're right. The E makes the O long. Let's see here. Any experiences selling puts in the money Couple stocks I like, thinking they're going to trend sideways for ages. If you think it's going to trade sideways for ages, why wouldn't you just go slightly out of the money then? Why would you go in the money?
Yeah, why would you want to own it?
Yeah. Yeah, tell us, Matt. To me, it seems like you'd want to just, if you think it's going to trade sideways, why don't you just strangle on it, out of the money on both sides? I don't know why you'd do in the money. Future pandemics are going to be so scary, not for the actual disease, but for the government over. 100%. You got a lot of people scared, and you got a lot of people that like are more, what's the word I'm looking for, Gerry? Are they more open to the idea of everything now?
Yeah.
Right?
If you go back, well, I don't know if I said
That's what this is all about, folks.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it online or not, but I know we've had discussions, and I know well over a year ago I said it. I said, you watch, there's going to be a majority, a huge part of the population that are going to absolutely despise and hate the people that don't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And they will be ruthless, and I'm talking like super ruthless. It's scary.
What happened to my body, my choice? That's all of a sudden gone, isn't it, folks?
That's gone.
What hypocrisy is crazy, folks. Like, just give me a freaking break.
And that's the thing. It's like all these
people. I was 80 years old, 70, 80 years old. I already had kids and stuff, then maybe I'd get it. But I haven't had kids, right? I don't know if I'm going to have kids. Probably not. But if I do, I don't freaking know. And here's the worst part about it, folks. They're giving this to kids. It's like authorized for kids and stuff now. We could have a whole generation of folks that, who knows, they might not have kids at all. They can't have kids from now. You know what I mean? You don't freaking know. The thing's not even freaking approved by the FDA.
Yep. That's the thing. It's like, it's scary, man. Like, if you look at the banter online about this, there's a ton of people that would think Dave and me are just flat out murderers.
Yeah, well, I mean, they even say that. So, I mean, even Hot Lips said it on TV. On the news,
it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
I can tell you this right now. That type of thinking towards that group of people is going to make them not get even more, right? That is not the right way to get people to get a vaccine. So if they think shaming the people is the way to get them to get the vaccine, they're seriously mistaken. See here, I have 2 August 20 Campbell soups is what I think that is. 44.50. What would you each do here? What would you each do here? Is that Campbell soup, Gerry?
Yeah.
Would you pair it all good? Did you pair it all good, or did all good pair you? Let's see here. I can take it or roll it and sell it. Curious. Okay, so 44.50. Ah, shit.
At August 20th, huh? Let's see.
Oh, shit. It's falling off a cliff.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Ew. That's why I got out of it. God. Here's the thing. I mean, Campbell Soup has been around for years. I even lived near a Campbell Soup factory, But man, it's pandemic food. That's the reason why they're going down. Just like Clorox. I think Clorox did the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. But where's the support at, Gerry?
It's down. It's way. I don't even know where it's at. Support is like, you got to go.
Next support is probably around like 40, 41. Yeah, but I don't know how strong that's going to be.
Yeah, because you got to go all the way back to March 2020.
And honestly, that was, well, you know what? It's actually below Why? Why is it below the pandemic price? Oh, sorry, it's
No,
below prior to the pandemic price.
yeah.
Why?
So we got, what is that? 40. Yeah, it could stick right here.
I don't understand. Prior to the pandemic, we were up in the $46, $47 range.
Shoot, it was,
Why is
yeah.
it 42? This is rough. I think it's got a little bit of support right here, 42.
Yeah, it could stick right here.
40 and 42, somewhere around there. So he's got a August 20th. He's got a put, right?
Yeah, you could probably roll that out to next.
I don't think he can roll it.
You
Didn't
could.
James even said you can't roll it for anything?
It depends on where you want to go. I mean, the 42 strike is at $1.15, but I don't know what his is worth now or what he's into it.
You could pull a thumper and double down on it.
Yeah, I got a video talking about that coming out on Tuesday.
You might want to think about doing that because, well, I mean, it is so he could
But
roll it and add another contract.
But you want to have that much exposure to, that's the downside of it. You increase your exposure to the stock.
But it is, I mean, Gerry, it's not a colony stock. I mean,
I wouldn't be against
it's
taking
a solid company. I mean, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't be against taking it either. It pays a good dividend, decent value right now. You know, do you have the money to do that? And selling calls on it, let's see, what are calls looking like? 44, yeah. Calls are ugly too. Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take 100 and roll out one.
How many contracts? Oh, he's got two. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
take
man.
one and roll one.
Could take the shares. That's a tough one. I got out of it. And I'm never going to touch it again. That doesn't help you, though. Sorry. Yeah. All Good's in it, too, right?
Yeah, I think All Good's up at 46 or something like that.
She sold in the money. She sold deep in the money. I don't know. She sold. Yeah, she's like at 49 or something like that.
I think she's taking the stock.
It's tough because I don't understand why it's at where it is right now. Like, I get it. It was probably a pandemic play. And even you can tell it was totally a pandemic play because it jumped all the way up to like 58. But why is the price now at, literally back to like 2019 prices, right? That's what I don't understand. And that's what you need to figure out.
Yeah, hopefully it sticks here because if it doesn't, it could go under 40 again.
Yeah, I think from the point of view of taking the stock or doubling down or something like that, whatever he decides to do, I think he's going to be okay. It's not like even though I don't eat Campbell soup anymore because it's not healthy. It's not Dave healthy anyway. It's not even close.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to drop another 50%.
No, I don't. I think they've been around for years. I mean, you know what I mean. They've been around since we were little kids. Remember at school we used to bring labels and shit. You know. You probably remember that.
Yeah.
Dave safe. Wait, aren't the people that are killing people the vaccinated ones spreading the Delta? The Delta, in my opinion, it doesn't kill more than the original virus. Although they're trying to make it sound like it does. It has a higher transmissibility or whatever you call it, communicability or whatever, but I don't think it doesn't kill more. So even though they're trying to say it does, because they're trying to get people vaccinated more, it's just another ploy. I don't know how else to say it, right? And what they're doing is to make it worse too, because it's the more they push it, the more people are going to resist it.
Yeah, my whole family had it, from my 16-year-old son all the way up to my 83-year-old mother-in-law. We all got through it. We're not going to get, there's no way we're going to get a vaccine.
Why would you get a vaccine once you've already had it? Let's see here. Easy way, Rajiv. Simply walk or stroll across the southern border. Oh, man. Jokes. We're going to take a lot of shit for this one, Gerry.
Not going to argue with that.
Yeah. They're trying to let all the people in with the virus, by the way. Because it goes... Here's the thing, Gerry. I thought about this the other day. Does the government, the federal government, does the federal government really care if people die? It's an interesting question.
Big picture wise, nah.
Obviously, they have to, play the game, right, to make it look like they care about the people. But do they really care?
I think just like most. Gosh, you're gonna get me in trouble here, Dave. Damn it.
Oh my God! The only reason I say that is, you've heard of New World Order and stuff, right? Like I said, I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. I love it. I'm fascinated by it, right? So the New World Order is interesting because obviously we can't continue the way we are, right? 7.5 billion people or something like that. And by 2050, we won't have enough food to feed everybody, right? And there has been a reset, like talk about a reset, like reducing like the population by 2/3 or something like that. That's like the big plan. You know what I mean? Like there's some truth to that. That's the reason why conspiracies exist, people, because there's a lot of truth in there. So anyways, yeah. What were you going to say, Gerry?
I just say most people, when it comes down to it, are looking out for themselves. So
that's fine because ain't nobody else going to look out for you.
Yeah. So
the government don't care about you.
That's what I'm saying. The government really doesn't care.
They don't care about you, folks. They want your vote though, but they don't care about you. They want your money. They want to steal your money. That's what they want. So here, have you watched the movie Children of Men? Why does that sound familiar? It's a movie about people not being able to have kids anymore. Huh, I'll have to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. What, Nate, of course, when did you say this? You said this like 8 minutes ago. If you're still here, Nate, what, is it on Prime? Is it on Hulu? Is it on Netflix? Is it on, YouTube TV or what? Tell me what it's on. My work said you have to wear a mask again, but still have to come into the office. If C-19 was so bad, then why are they forcing me to come in again? That's a good point. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about right there. That's the stuff that all these other companies do, and it just makes no sense logically, right? Like Matt saying that he has to sit at his desk with a mask on, and they're at 50% capacity or 50% utilization or whatever. You can't see the next person, but you got to wear a mask at your desk. Makes no sense. I have the 44 puts on CBSA. Oh, there you go. Do whatever James does. I took the stock to collect the dividend, sold the September. Yeah, think about doing that. What's the way here? If I take assignment of the 2 CBT puts, would I get a dividend? Depends on when it goes ex-dividend. June, July, August. It's going to have earnings in September too.
You're too late for the dividend. For this dividend it paid out on August 2nd.
Oh yeah. So that means it'll probably September. They'll probably announce the next one because that's an earnings. So they'll probably pay it out in like October maybe. We'll see. Did I miss anything there? No. Okay.
No.
See, the same people who think the government cares about them also think strippers love them. Oh man. Strippers don't love me? What the hell? Great stream tonight, guys. I, for one, enjoy the tinfoil talk. What does that mean, Gerry?
The off-topic conspiracy theory.
Honestly, the last time we've talked about crap like this, I've got a lot of hate. So I get it. I mean, I don't know. I'm woke. I'm the good woke, Gerry.
Well, here's the thing. It's a lot of people just think that oh, don't talk politics, right? But I mean, that really affects
not
so
to.
much of our lives, so much of our investing. You can't just ignore it, right? So,
Especially with what's going on right now. The thing is I just look, if you had to get it for your job, if you're gonna get fired or something like that, that's your livelihood. By all means, do what you need to do. If you need to get the vaccine to keep your job, like, I understand. I'm not totally. I get that, right? Like, if you're a healthcare worker and they require it, like, you can't probably go work in any healthcare industry without getting it, right? Like, I understand, right? The thing is just don't fall victim to everything that they're telling you. Because they're making it sound like it's worse than it is. They're making this, they're saying so many false things, in my opinion, forcing people to get it, to the point these companies now are saying you're fired, right? Like, it's going to get worse. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And it's all about conditioning, in my opinion. It's all about conditioning. The more you get, like, I mean, it's a good example. I think Rahm Emanuel said that, right? Don't ever let any good crisis go to waste, right? That's so true. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's the reason why they keep dragging it on, and dragging it on. I thought we were long done with this. When was the last time you heard anybody talk about the flu?
People are making.
Flu's gone. Flu doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, people are making money hand over fist in this.
That's what it really came down to. A lot of the states, the longer it went on, the more money they got. They got a lot of money too. So as far as people unsubbing, I'm sorry if you're going to unsub, but I don't understand why people would, though. It just doesn't make any sense. But I get a lot of unsubs from these streams, and I don't understand why. It's just real talk. I mean, so he's in Canada. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get to Yeah, it's pretty easy to go to California. No, it's pretty easy to get to the States from Canada. I think you'll only have to live in Canada for 5 years, and then you can become a citizen here pretty easily. I don't know all the rules, though.
I thought you had to be employed here.
But he's talking about getting, yeah. I have to IBKR, but the only risk-based margin here. Huh. Wonder why. You can blame your Canadian government. They're the ones that probably put the restrictions. State of California is forcing all civil service employees to either prove they got vaccinated or get tested twice a week. Both parties have to wear a mask in the office. That's the other thing, Gerry. You got all these businesses say, no vaccine, no service. And I'm like, first of all, the reason I don't fly, I'm never going to fly again until they get rid of the restriction, the mask restriction. I think of any business that had a vaccine, no service, no vaccine, no service, they're not going to get my service. They're not going to get my business. Right? Like, I don't understand the thinking there. I mean, I'm bad about masks, honestly. I wear a mask because I have to. I was the very last person to put a mask on. I got dirty looks until it was actually required. I put one on. I mean, it is what it is. I need to go shopping at Whole Foods, right? They require a mask. I got to wear a mask, right? But I didn't go get a haircut the whole time because I'm not going to wear a mask. Anyways, I feel for you, Kevin. That's the other thing right there. No vaccine, no service. Or you got other places like this here. They're trying to make it like your life a living hell unless you get the vaccine, right? You're tested twice a week. Come in. But the thing is, all the people that got vaccinated, you guys really can't do anything more than we can do. You still got to wear a mask. You still got to, I mean, what can you do more than I can do? That I can do? Jerry's quiet, awfully quiet.
Follow California, and you'll see what the rest of the country's going to do, probably.
Children of Men is a movie from 2006. Okay, I'll take a look at it tonight. I need to look for something to do tonight. I think you would enjoy it. I probably will. I love movies. I love watching movies. Yeah. MDB, Knight Rider. Follow James and what he's going to do. And then when it goes south, you can blame him. Or it doesn't work out. Let's get to the bottom here, Jerry. So cost basis should be, so how come people never talk about BlackRock stock? What do you mean? That's a good question. What's the ticker, Jerry?
BLK.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good question. It's actually a pretty good stock.
I was looking at doing spreads on it, but just not enough volume there. Volume.
We have another statistics here, folks. BlackRock. Yeah, it's a good financial sector stock. Man, that thing's like, I don't know if I'd touch it here though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's very extended.
The bank stocks. Let's take a look at Bank of America. Yeah, I got BST. That's good enough. That thing's overextended too. So I think they're just slowing down the reopening due to supply issues. That's an issue too. That's an issue. I don't think they're slowing it down. I don't think they're slowing down because of that though. That's a good point. It could be a little bit of that in there, right?
Possibly.
Why'd they just say it then?
Yeah. What would be? Yeah. What would there be a negative of saying that?
Well, it depends, right?
Well, no, it takes away from the vaccine narrative.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. God, that's why I can't really trust anything the government does, honestly. Dave, you just don't want to sheep followers anyway. Hey, if you like my videos, you like my humor, you like my dumb jokes, then sub. Yeah. If you don't like me, then like the two people that freaking give me thumbs down all the time, don't follow me. Let's see here. You know what? Those people that give me thumbs down, they must subscribe to me because they know when I put a new video out. Let's see here. So you think taking assignment might be the best play? It's not a bad one to take assignment of.
No, it's not. I don't
think
it's
a solid company, and it's pretty where it's at right now. It's like I said, it's prior to the pandemic levels. So, see here, dating apps need unvaccinated tag. Dating apps do have that in there, by the way. Oh man, I can tell you this: I've been on dating apps here and there, off and on, and ever since Trump got elected, it became really bad. Like I see stuff in there that's, if you're a Trump supporter, you voted for him or you did this. If you're a BLM, not a BLM supporter, or it's like, that's what's in there. I never saw it in there ever before 2016. So that's where we're headed. Like it's sad. If you voted for Hillary, don't even contact me. I put that in mind one. No, I didn't put that in mind. But the thing is, if I did put that in mind, nobody would ever contact me. Come on, folks. I didn't vote for Trump the first time. The second time I did, but the first time I did not. I didn't vote at all, actually, that election. But the thing is here, folks, Hillary or Trump? You know what I mean? Like, the reason why, this is an interesting one. We knew what Hillary was going to do. That's what was scary about her. What was scary about Trump? We didn't know what he was going to do, right? They're both scary. Lesser of two evils is what people always like to say, right? But I just put it a different way. Anyways, what would you do with it if you had to CBT put He's talking to James, I
Talking
think.
to James, yeah.
I just told my boss I'm strictly teleworking until all restrictions are lifted. Got the vaccine. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you'd have to go in. If this Delta virus thing is so big of a concern, why are people going back to work?
Yeah, I don't get it. If you got the vaccine, you should be, to me, you should be free to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. My work, everyone brings it up to find out if I got the shot. You gotta lie? My boss asked me, you know, you gonna get the vaccine? I'm like, no. I'm like, do I have to? He's like, no. But,
My boss,
I just probably limited my career.
yeah, my boss asked me too. I told him to go screw himself.
Yeah. My company hasn't mandated it. Like I said, if they mandate it, early fire. Fine, Matt, money, you win. Because it is too late for me to get the dividend now. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what was $60 or something? I mean, yeah. Dating apps need a, yeah, that's already talked about that one. Hey, Thomas, what's going on, buddy? Um, just want to say I appreciate the honest, open dialogue. More of the world should be doing this. Data driven, honest conversations. Yeah, you know what, though? Gerry and I both agree. What we're talking about, because we came from an era where we share, where we talk, we say shit, right? To your face like that. But unfortunately, a lot of the population do not want to hear what we're saying. There's no open dialogue at all. Matter of fact, they probably will unsub. But I appreciate this comment though, because that honestly, the open conversation, the dialogue, because they might not understand, they might not see it from my point of view, right? Let me see it from your point of view, right?
Yeah, yeah. And this whole thing is just it's this whole thing, vaccination. It's a very, very, very divided. You thought like Trump and Trump and Biden was a dividing thing. This vaccine thing is like 10 times worse. It really is. I mean, you're talking my parents probably don't even come see me anymore because I won't get the vaccine. My family won't get the vaccine.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night.
So
I'm like, so 20 years from now, you mean she's still not going to see you? You know what I
don't
mean?
know. Don't know.
I'll
But
tell
the
you what,
only
Gerry, I'll come see you. I don't care. I'll come see you, even though you had it. I don't care. Like it's not that I feel invincible, but I do believe in my immune system. I haven't been sick since 2016. And I can tell you the reason why I think I haven't been sick since 2016, cold, flu, nothing, is because of keto. When I wasn't on keto, I got sick at least once a year, every other year, at least a cold, right? That's all. But anyways, I think keto has a lot to do with that.
when we got it, my wife showed symptoms first, and she was like kind of freaking out. And she asked me, she goes, "Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to just go sleep in the another room or whatever?" And I'm like, "No." I said, let's let's get it. I'll get it from you. I don't care. It's you might as well get it and get over with it. Get it over with.
Yeah, I don't think, would I get it? I don't know. Maybe I've already had it. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been sick, but I mean, I wash my hands, but I mean, I don't, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I just, it's not that I'm not afraid of it. I don't want anything. I don't ever want to get sick. I don't want anything. But at the same time, I also believe, I put faith, even though I'm not really a religious person, but I believe in my body taking care of it, right? I believe in that. That's science. Let's see here. I don't know what he's saying. We're going to get to the bottom and end it, folks. We're going on for almost 2 hours and a half. I got to pack and get ready to get out of here. NBA, I'm telling you, okay, they're talking between each other. NFL player, legend, 18. Yeah, that's an interesting one. There is people that had it twice, which is very odd. But they could have a weak immune system. Do you think they shouldn't have made a vaccine? If so, how would you end the pandemic? Isn't it better to have some protection? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying um, I think the old people should have got it, right? If they felt like they're at risk and they're old, they get the flu all the time. I think in my life I've had the flu like 2 or 3 times, maybe two times at the most in my life. You know, it's just not something I get. I got enough shots when I was in the military, and who knows what the hell that shit did to me, right?
Yeah. I
Like, I
just,
got a lot of shots in the military. I don't want any more. I might already have fish that freaking swim sideways or
yeah,
something at this point.
I get the desire to get the vaccine. I do. I understand it. But um, the speed that they put this out is very concerning because this is nothing but a huge experiment, in my opinion. You look back at prior vaccinations, right? You got like polio. It took them 50 years to develop that vaccine, and they screwed it up. They literally gave polio to like tons of people. So that's why I know we're in a different era and science has come a long way, but I'm just saying this is still an experiment. So that's why it's like, do you want to take an experimental drug? I can see where some people got that desire to do so, but to force it onto people, I don't like it.
The thing is I'm just worried about all these kids that got it. I just that scares me. We could have a whole generation of people that can't even have kids. You just don't know, right? Um, God, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a personal decision whether you get it or not. Like I said, I don't. If you get it, that's fine. It's a personal decision. It's
Yeah,
not. It shouldn't be forced or mandated on anybody.
I think they should have made a vaccine for sure.
Yeah, I agree. But the problem is that the thing is the vaccine has to be successful. If it's not, then you know what I mean. Like it had to be successful. Nobody is talking about how to stay healthy during this pandemic at all. Doom and gloom. What do you mean? Nobody's talking about how to.
I think they're just not talking. They're not talking about, eat healthy, take these vitamins, get some freaking sun. Dave, you need some sun. You're a little white there.
I do need some sun. I definitely need some sun. I'm actually worried about that. Let's get on the AT and get some sun. Dude, folks, I stay indoors and I do go walk at night, but it's at night. I need sun. I need vitamin D is what I need. The issue is the data shows there is just isn't a high risk of dying. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. Like I said, 50% or something like that, death rate from getting it. I get a vaccine. Right? But obviously there can't be a pandemic if 50% of people die if they get it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm right there with you. There isn't much reason to worry about the virus. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's how much regulation, how much freedom is a better way to put it. How much freedom have we given up due to being scared in this country? I'll tell you the last time we gave up a lot of freedom. 9/11.
9/11. I was just going to say that. Yep.
The Patriot Act came out of that. We gave up a lot of freedom, folks, due to people being scared.
Go through.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
That's how they get you.
The way we handle flights and airports changed dramatically.
Big time. Yeah. It's actually. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the TSA, but at the same time, it seems to be working, right? I mean, I don't know. The funny thing is I had a pocket knife in my bag one day, and I flew out of Seattle, and they didn't catch it. I'm like, oh shit! And I caught it at home. I'm like, oh, I want to bring this back to Seattle, so I put it in my bag. tried to go through Denver to back to Seattle, and Denver's like, I put my bag through the X-ray, and they pull it to the side, like, yeah, you got something in there, so we got to take a look. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I knew it was in there, and they're like digging down. I mean, it's like literally at the bottom in some special pocket and shit, And he's like, yeah, we think you have a knife in there. So yeah, I'm like, and they found it. Congratulations to them for finding it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, just keep it. It was a $30 knife, but I'm like, yeah, just keep it. So yeah, one place caught it, one place didn't. Yeah, it's not a bad stock to take. Take assignment, yeah, okay. There's all good. So all good. Who followed who? Did you follow MDB or did he follow you?
Or did they follow all James or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I had it, you had it.
Yeah.
We're at the bottom, folks. 2 hours and 30 minutes. We've done enough damage to this live stream, I think. We'll find out. So we appreciate you. We will be doing a stream next week, despite me, going to Seattle and coming back. But hopefully, I can get back in time. I should be back on Friday, so we'll be doing a stream. But maybe we'll get Thumper on to talk about zebras, maybe. So appreciate everybody. It looks like futures are actually they've come back quite a bit, so that's good.
How's the Russell?
Yeah, Gerry wants to know. The rut is down about 0.5% right now. So appreciate everybody joining. Thanks a lot for hanging out, not even despite. It's really an interesting conversation that we're bringing up. It should be brought up, right? I love the open dialogue, but some people just don't like it. So it is what it is. Sorry. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.